Welcome to the second part of our tutorial under number systems. Okay, in this tutorial we'll look at the different types of number systems, and we'll look at the decimal number system, we'll look at the binary number system, we'll look at the octal number system, then we'll look at the hexadecimal number system. Now, number systems can be classified into the major categories that we just looked at. So just to go through them, it's the decimal number system, the binary number system, the octal number system, and the hexadecimal number system. Now, the decimal number system, the term decimal is derived from a Latin prefix, deci, which means 10. Now, decimal number system has 10 digits which range from 0 through to 9. Because this system has 10 digits, it's called the base 10 number system or the binary number system. Now, a decimal number system should always be written with a subscript of 10. For example, we can have our main number here, let's say x, and with a subscript of 10 here. But since the base 10 is a very common number system that is used today, we usually omit the 10 and we assume it is in base 10. Now, any integer n, a positive integer n, represented in the decimal number system as a string of decimal digits, may also be expressed as a sum of powers of 10, with each power weighted by a digit. So, for example, let's assume we have a number which is 8,252, and we're saying that this can be expressed as follows. So we have the first 8, which is a 10 raised to the power 3. So you're going to excuse me on these ones, they are powers. Plus 2 times 10 to the power 2. Plus 5 times 10 to the power 1. Plus 3 times 10 to the power 0 there. Now 8 times 10 to the power 8 will be multiplied by 1000. The 1000 is 10 to the power 3. And you're going to add that to 2 times 100. The 100 is coming from the 10 to the power 2 there. And we have a plus 5 times 10 to the power 1, which is basically a 10. And then we have 3 times 10 to the times 3 times 1. Now, we know that any number raised to the power 0 is 1. After that, we are going to add the multiplied numbers. So we have got 8,000 plus 200 plus 50 and then plus 3. So this gives us about 8,253. Now, the powers of 10, which we have here, which means it is 10 to the power 0, which is 1, 10 to the power 1, a 10. We are saying that the powers of 10, which correspond respectively to the digits in a decimal integer, is read from right to left and accord the place values of the digits. So just to understand what place values, you may need to refer to the previous tutorial that we started on, where we explained what place values are. Now, any fractional value m presented in a decimal number system by a string of decimal digits together with an embedded decimal point may also be expressed in expanded notation by using negative powers of 10. Specifically, the place values of digits in m, which is a fractional value, to the decimal point respectively. Now, in this case, when we have a fractional value, we are going to have a 10 raised to the power and a negative of that power. So we know that the positive numbers that we had, they were moving starting from 10 to the power 0, going to the left where we have the positive numbers. Now in this case, we're going to the right where we have the negative numbers. So it will be 10 to the power minus 1, which is equals to 0.1, 10 to the power minus 2, which is equals to 0.01, 10 to the power minus 3, which is equals to 0.001, and so on and so forth. Now, for example, if we have a number, let's say 837.256, and we are asked to expand it as a notation, then it will be something like this. We're going to have the first part, which is the integral part, and then we have the fractional part here. So the integral part will be 10 times 10 to the power 2, which is 2 here is the second. Then 3 times 10 to the power 1, this 3 here is multiplied by 10 raised to the power 1, and 7 to the power 10 to the power 0 there. Now, the moment we start the point there, which is the moment the fraction begins, then if we notice here, we begin with our negatives. So the first one will be 5 times 10 to the negative 1 plus 2 times 10 to negative 2 plus 6 times 10 to the negative 3. And then when all those are converted and added, then they'll give us something like this: 800 plus 30 plus 7 plus 0.5 plus 0.02 plus 0.006. This decimal fraction is said to have 3 decimal places, the number of digits to the right of the decimal point. The arithmetic of decimal fractions is not very complicated. One has to keep track of the decimal points. Now, the second type of number system is the binary number system. It basically uses 2 digits, which are namely 1 and 0, to represent numbers. Now, unlike in decimal numbers where the place value goes up in factors of 2 of 10, in binary system the place value will increase by a factor of 2. So binary numbers are written as x with a subscript of 2. And you consider a binary number such as 11 or 1011 to base 2. Now, the rightmost digit has a place value of 1 times 2 to the power 0, while the leftmost digit has the place value of 1 times 2 to the power minus 3. So which means this 1 here is the rightmost. It is equal to 1 times 2 raised to the power 0. Well, this one, which is the leftmost digit, will be equals to 1 times 2 raised to the power 3. Now, any binary number is therefore a sequence of bits, possibly with an embedded binary point. Those numbers that have no fractional part or that is without any embedded binary point are called binary integers. The place value in a binary number system are powers of the base, which is equals to 2, just as the place values in a decimal are powers of 10. Now, specifically, the place values of an integral part of binary systems are the non-negative numbers of 2. This is what we talked about under the decimal number system. So I've got 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 2, and so on and so forth. Now, and the place value of the fractional part of the binary numbers are the negative powers of 2, which we have right here. So I've got 2 to the power minus 1, 2 to the power minus 2, 2 to the power minus 3, and so on and so forth. Now, we have a table here which is just basically describing what we have. So we have 2 to the power minus 4 will be equals to 0.0625 in decimal, or 2 to the power 3 will be equals to 8 in decimal. The next number system is the octal number system. So this one consists of 8 digits which range from 0 to 9. And the place value of the octal number goes up in factors of 8. That is from right to left. So since 8 is equals to 2 to the power 3, this is supposed to be a power 3, each octal digit has a unique 3-bit binary representation. Then the last of the number systems that we're going to look at is the hexadecimal number system. Now, hexadecimal number system is basically, since we know that hexa is to do with the 6, and when we add to decimal it brings 16. So we're saying 16 is equal to 2 raised to the power 4, which means each hexadecimal digit has a unique 4-bit representation. And the place values in hexadecimal system are powers of 16, some of which are listed along with their decimal values. Now, we have a summary of what we've just talked about. So we talked about the binary numeral system, which was saying that it consists of a base 2 and 2 digits which are zeros and ones are expressed from switches displaying on and off respectively. Then we talked about the octal system, which we said it's made out of 8 digits, and these are digits ranging from 0 through up to 9, and it represents 3 bits. The decimal is the most common number system in the world and is used in arithmetic, and it has digits ranging from 0 through to 9. Then the hexadecimal, which we just looked at, we are saying that it's often used in computing and is more compact as a more compact representation of binary. So one hexa digit has 4 bits, and then the 16 digits, which is ranging from 0 through to 9, is followed by letters A and F. Now, this brings us to the end of this tutorial, the second part of our number system tutorial, computer mathematics. In our next tutorial, we will learn how to identify the differences between the number systems, and then we'll also learn how to convert binary and octal number systems to decimal. We will learn also how to convert a decimal number system to a binary and an octal number system. Then we'll also learn how to interconvert hexadecimal to decimal, and also how to interconvert hexadecimal to binary. Thank you so much for watching the video.